recorded?
Hopefully. I'm shooting.
I did not record. I'm now recording. No strippers allowed.
No sex trafficking.
Oh.
19's legal. At least we didn't say my type was a 16-year-old stripper that was 85 pounds.
Yeah,
That's my type.
Nice.
That's why I go to raves, duh.
God, Ben, sorry.
No, you're fine. Anyways, I'm shooting to be done by like 12:30 at the latest, just so you know. So my time. So
that's good for me. I was already getting tired.
Yeah, I got to work in the morning, so I don't want to kill myself. So
I am not tired.
But you should not be tired at all. You haven't slept in 2 days. So.
And it's like 2:00 in the afternoon there.
That's right. So I'll do a recap of the previous one, since I don't know, Al, if you were at the last one or not, right? You weren't, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. I know that Mark and Sean were, but so I'll just kind of do that, and then we'll jump into what happened and just kind of pick it up from there, since you're in the midst of things. But so we'll roll it back a little bit. So you guys remember, you guys were all in the Hellcats compound after Opata, the dragon turtle, basically laid waste to everything that was there. You guys decided that after she kind of vacated and her young left as well and kind of left you guys alone, that you'd go back to the actual compound, because it was probably safer to be there than it would be on the open water if she decided to come back. You went on the shore and you found out that there was a ridiculous amount of dead that you found, and decided that you would bury all of the dead. So you took a bunch of time and did that. Then you stayed there overnight, and during that time, Alundo decided to send a message through a spell he had back to Thorin in Squallhaven, because you weren't going to make the 10-day deadline. You knew that. So you said you were going to be a couple days late, and he sent back, "Please make all haste. Things are going to shit here," basically. And that's about as much as that he said. So you also encountered the Drake, Boda's Drake, that had headed off into the water. She came back. You remember her name was Sheila. And you attempted to kind of tame her, but she ended up fleeing off into the water again after a little bit. During your kind of stay there, you guys had a conversation with Zetrix, and he said that all you needed to do was get him to his people, and that he would uphold his end of the bargain and release the collars. So you kind of reluctantly accepted, because you didn't have a whole heck of a lot of other choice, and decided you were going to take off the next day. You inadvertently left a bunch of crew on the Harpy without armbands, and they all died overnight when the curse hit at 2:00 in the morning. So you kind of cut your band of survivors in half accidentally. That seemed to impress Zetrix, and he ended up, for whatever reason, he thought Owen was the one that masterminded that, so he was more impressed with him than he was before. So if you remember, Owen was the only one that had his collar released, and you kind of found out in a roundabout way that he kind of swore to Zetrix that he would protect him from both you guys and from anybody else. That was kind of what he upheld and decided he was going to do. So from there, you guys set out and headed to what the meeting place was going to be. Zetrix told you guys that he had got a message to his people, and that it was just going to be a day or maybe 2 days out to sea. But then there would be a rendezvous, and basically you'd drop him off, and then he would release you guys. So you headed out, and you encountered this gigantic swarm of insect-like creatures that looked kind of like a cross between a spider and a mosquito that had 4 proboscis. And they were just gigantic swarm that swept across the water. You guys had some quick thinking. You were able to get below deck and cover as many openings as you could, and kept the majority of them out. But as you did, some got in and actually attacked a few of you guys, and left you guys with some pretty nasty poison. It was kind of a slow damage over time poison that ended up taking about 24 hit points in the course of the day if it wasn't treated. Luckily, one of your crew was able to make a tea that was able to half the effect. So you didn't lose anybody, which is great. And then after that, it kind of got out of the swarm. And out of the swarm, once you got out of its path, it didn't really follow you. It just continued on, and it just headed out across the sea. So you just kept on going from there. As you kept going, you eventually, about another half day later, met up with a giant ship that showed up. It was black in color, armed to the teeth, and as you kind of approached, Zetrix indicated that this was, in fact, the rest of the Hellcats. As you got within kind of speaking range, all of a sudden a gigantic, golden, gorgeous Minotaur appeared on the side of the ship and proclaimed that his name was Torvek and that he was the second in command behind Boda. Zetrix tried to spin this tale of how the entire compound was destroyed and tried to pin it on Boda, and Torvek didn't believe any of it. So he basically called Zetrix a piece of crap, and that said he was never going to amount to anything, and that just told the people on his boat, just bring him aboard, let's go. And as soon as that happened, Zetrix turned to Owen and said, I hope your people are as trustworthy as you are, and released all of you from your collars. All your collars fell off, and then he immediately cast a fireball at the ship.
Which didn't do anything.
Wait, which ship? Ours or theirs?
No, he cast. He's on. You have two ships, by the way, Strider. You have a small slaver ship.
Yeah.
And you also have your harpy, the golden harpy. And you and Alundo are on the harpy, and Owen and Whisper are on the slaver ship.
And the ship that we're encountering is probably 20 times bigger than our ships combined.
And which one did he shoot the fireball at?
At the warship, yeah. The one.
So there's 50 Minotaur and probably 20 or 30 slaves on that ship.
So he doesn't. This is like obviously before he even starts to leave our ship. We're just next to them, and he shoots and he fires it.
Yeah, I'll move you guys over to that map so you can see kind of the dimensions that are there. But yeah, he definitely we thought it was going to be luckily. Got a surprise on them, and threw the fireball without anybody noticing, and was going to hit Torvek pretty directly, and then all of a sudden the magic got sucked into his. He held up his hand, and the fireball got sucked directly into his hand. So that was not so good. But
you know, they can't use their heavy weapons or their catapults against us.
Correct.
But
You're
they have
too
cannons, ballista, medium ballista.
You are too close for that. So yep, that is the one good thing.
Why is this where you left off?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did you guys have plans?
We did some more. I threw a fireball at him, and I took out some of the weapons, and
combat definitely continued.
And
we went through like 2 or 3 rounds of combat, and that's about it.
And Captain Owen is about to die.
Who is?
Captain Owen.
No, if the little boat takes 2 more hits, Owen's dead.
Yeah, how much is the little boat taking? Did you write that down, by the way? Anybody?
Yeah. We have 103
left, right?
points.
Yeah, you took about 40 points. That's what I put down as far as damage. So, yeah. Let me move you guys over to that map just so you guys have it. Sorry.
And what's Zetrix doing right now?
He's randomly slinging spells, specifically at Torvek. And it hasn't really had a whole lot of effect. A little bit. At least he's damaged him a little bit, but Torvek is directly targeting Zetrix as well, and he's just pelting him with bolts. Every time he pulls up, he's shooting Zetrix with bolts, crossbow bolts.
And this guy, Torvek, said when we first walked up last time you guys played, he acted like he was going to set us free if this didn't happen, if this fireball got shot at him.
No, he didn't give us any announcement or anything. They were going to board us Xerxes.
They were going to board us? They were going to board us?
Torvek, Torvek never even acknowledged that you guys existed. He directly spoke to Zetrix and basically just dismissed him after he didn't believe his story and was gonna board your ship. So that's when he cast
Like,
a fireball.
What's
I exaggerated on the size of the ship. It's about 3 times as big as the Harpy.
What's the setup? The setup right now. I'm on the Harpy with Alondo, right? And Zitrix?
Yes. Oh, yes, you are. And,
Z-Trix is with me and Owen.
you're
Okay.
about to use your water walking to go to their ship and kick their ass, but I don't know. Maybe not.
And all right, so I whispered to Alondo. Alondo, would you be able to send a message to Torvin? What's his name? Torvin?
Torvak. Yep.
Torvek? Alondo, could you message Torvek and see if you offer him Zitrix, might he set us free for our lives in trade for our
I'm
lives?
busy casting a spell right now. What do you want me to send a message?
I'm trying to free us, you fool. Could you ask Torvin if he would
Wait.
exchange?
You were just
Zitrix?
gonna go across the water and go attack them. Now you change your mind?
Yes, I think we can get a peaceful solution, and I could care less about this Minotaur. Aren't you listening, old man?
Fire the catapults!
So, just so you know, Strider, both Zetrix and Owen and Whisper are on the other boat. They're not on your boat, on the Harpy. So you've got a pretty good distance between you. I'm just letting you know if you're planning on anything directly.
Yeah, I mean, that is what I'm
you're not
planning. But if this guy actually, I mean, I say to Alondo, I said, if he accepts, I'll water walk to Zetrix and subdue him while he's not expecting it.
Right.
Zetrix is a powerful mage. We're gonna need his help.
You think we're gonna? Okay, if you think we're gonna fight our way out of this, I just thought we might be able to offer him for our lives.
No, I think we're dead, but I'm just saying, we won't
If you
die
think we're
as
dead,
fast.
you should probably offer him and see what he says. It at least might distract him for a moment.
So it is the top of the initiative, by the way. So and it works out perfect because then Strider had the first top of the initiative. So that's fine for that.
Just fire bulls at the big guy.
Yeah, I can tell you, there's no chance I'm water walking onto an enemy ship with all those Minotaurs up there, though.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can tell you guys too is, as you're having this discussion and talking, kind of simultaneously, you notice a figure. Actually, let me see. Let me just make sure to see who notices. I think the only one that probably wouldn't notice would be Owen. Yeah, Owen doesn't notice, but that's not surprising. Everybody else notices that there is a figure that darts from kind of, if you're looking at the main ship there, kind of from this center mast area all the way up to almost this front mast, which, if you remember from earlier combat, the not the main front mast there, but the little jib mast on the front got broken off. As one of your shots that you did was a critical hit, and it actually sheared off a portion of it. It sheared off that front sail and mast, and it fell to the deck there. And this woman ran to the deck up there. She's, you can tell from here, you guys are a ways off, so you can't really see a whole lot of detail, but she seems to be in a gown that seems to be pretty formal, as well as some pretty finely crafted, looks like leather armor that really sticks out in comparison to the rest. She's the only humanoid shape that you can tell from here. You're too far away to tell race or anything else, but he's definitely up on deck, and you see her sprinting across the center as the rest of the chaos goes on around her. Just so you know.
Okay.
But go ahead and do what you want to do, Strider.
The time for talking is over. We don't have a chance. We gotta act fast and kill the big Minotaur, the golden
You
one.
said yourself we have no shot against them. Why would we fight? Why would we continue to fight if you said we have no shot?
I don't die sitting down. I don't know about you, but
Well, if you make this offer, at least we have a chance.
I think the time for talk is over. We've already destroyed a lot of their men. They're going to torture
Listen,
us.
who's the experienced adventurer here? Me or you? You spent your whole night reading books.
Yes, and I know that Minotaurs don't take kind to people attacking them, and if he wouldn't have
That's
cast
why
a
I'm trying to
fireball,
stop.
that could have happened, but I cast one too. Shoot arrows!
Okay, I hold action.
Okay.
Oh no!
No,
Yeah,
just so
we're
you're
full.
aware too, Strider. Just so you're aware, I don't know if you remember or not. So different as player characters, you guys can take different roles on the ship to kind of give your ship a little bit of a boost. So, like right now, Whisper is playing the pilot on the other ship so that he can add his proficiency to the armor class over there. I think you're playing the captain role. So I don't know if you remember what that entails, but you're able to do a rally, which means that you can, once per battle, you can basically make a charisma check, and I'll give you the DC on that. And then what it'll do is give the ship an advantage on that next attack roll. You can also kind of detect a weak spot in the other vessel, and that's with an intelligence check. Same thing, I'll give you the DC on that one, and that allows you to kind of pick out the weak spot in the ship, and then you can also get advantage that way on the attack roll. So that's something you can do. You kind of rally those troops is how it works.
Have we done any damage to the ship yet?
Yeah, you have done. Hold on, I did write that one down. You have done about between damaging the equipment. So one of the ballista on the side of the ship is gone. That red X you see on the ship, that one ballista is gone. And then you've also done some structural damage to the ship too. But you do know that this ship probably has twice the hit points of yours or thereabouts.
Okay,
So,
and we haven't damaged any of the crew, right?
yes, you have. So between Alundo's fireballs and some random shots on the deck, you've killed a lot of beast folk. So there were about 40 beast folk up on deck, and you've killed about half of them, maybe a little more than that. Minotaurs-wise, though, you've only killed 5 or so of the 50 that are on deck. So there's still a shit ton of people on the deck.
And how did we kill the 5 Minotaurs already?
The fireball and other stuff.
Yeah.
The are there any dragons in 5 miles?
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out exactly where you are. Let me look at the other map. 1 second. No, there are not.
Okay. I would then try to see if I see a weakness in the ship.
Okay. You can roll an intelligence check with a difficulty of 15. So we're going to roll higher than a 15.
By the way, have I taken any damage?
You guys have not on the ship over there. Actually, the Harpy hasn't taken any damage. The slaver ship has.
And the slaver ship's been getting hit by what? Ballistas from them?
Plus, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the slaver ship also has, looks like from your perspective, Strider, this giant wave is kind of perpetually riding in front of the ship. So even as it moves, this wave is still kind of in the front of it, kind of giving it this weird cover. So you scream and yell at these guys and say, "Fire over there! I think that the dead center of the hull is the weak spot." And they kind of look at you funny, and a couple of them give you a strange look.
And so how many, did we take out one of their weapons, you said?
Yes.
One of them, yeah, on the deck. Yep.
And they have how many?
Across the side there. Let me see. I think it's 5 left or 4 left.
4 left.
You can kind of see them if you zoom in on that. The ones that look like a crossbow on the side of the boat there. That's on that side, obviously. If they were to spin around, they'd have the additional again. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And then they also have, which you know from before, they've got 1, 2, 3 of these strange-looking devices on the side that, as you guys split up before you kind of got out of earshot, both, I guess it would have been Owen, yelled to you guys that don't get close. Those are fire projectors.
Okay. And what's the distance each square?
Each one of those is 10 feet.
Yeah, you want to stay further than 50 feet.
Yep, you guys are kind of at the minimum distance in the slaver ship that you want to be to the ship.
Do we have people manning our weapons on our ship, like our ballistas?
You have basically the exact number that you need to be able to operate the ship at full capacity.
So, like, have we shot at them with the ballistas already?
Oh yeah, yep. So kind of the way we're doing that, by the way, because you see that there's no initiative for the ship itself.
Yeah,
is
that's what I was wondering.
Since you and Alundo have basically the same initiative, you guys pick whoever wants to fire on yours or on Alundo's. It doesn't matter. You guys are gonna fire and what you guys have on your ship. You've got a medium ballista and 2 swivel cannons. Right? Is that what I said? I don't remember. Let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And can each one of us fire one? Is that what I'm wondering?
So you're not firing; it's the crew on the ship. But yes, you can fire all of them basically. Now, if you fire a swivel cannon across your deck, because a swivel cannon can go in 360 degrees, they're on a natural one. You're gonna take friendly fire. So you're gonna decide if you want to do that or not. But
okay.
You can fire with 2 of them right now. Both the swivel cannon and the one swivel cannon and the.
But you're saying we can fire all 3 weapons once per round, not per person. Not like I can fire all 3, then Alundo can fire all 3.
No. Yeah, one per round total. You guys, the ship can fire their weapons. Yep.
And you want one of us to decide like when that's happening, not both of us?
Either yours or his initiative, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well, I guess normally I would, but just if he's already been doing it, just let him continue doing it.
You can do it. It's fine. No big deal. And then it doesn't affect your individual actions either. So you can still move. You can still do whatever you're going to do. It's just when it goes off, basically. So if you want to fire him, go ahead and fire him. I'm sure the sooner the better is probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, either I would or he would. Okay, I mean, I would. Now,
We've been
are the swivel
targeting.
cannons on one on each side?
Say that again, sorry?
Are the swivel cannons one on each side?
Correct. Yeah, kind of mid-deck on either side, both starboard and port. And then the...
Aim for the men or the mast. It'll slow down their ship. If their ship goes faster than us, we can never outrun them.
I hear you, old man, but you can keep your suggestions to yourself so much you listen to me. I should aim for you.
You can try, but
So I kind of like talk over him and just get back to looking at my weapons. And so it's 3 total, though, right? Ballista and 2 cannons, you said?
Well, if you want to fire across your deck, you can fire the other cannon. Yes.
Okay, I'll fire all 3 in order. I'll start with the ballista. What do I roll?
Okay. So the ballista is D20 plus 6 for your hit.
I'm sorry, by the way, how many weapons does it look like there is active? I know you guys told me an estimate. You said a couple, but is it like 2, 3, 5?
On their ship?
Yeah.
4 ballista and the 3 fire projectors on the starboard side, and then there's 5 ballista and 3 fire projectors on the other side, and then there are also catapults which they can't use because you're too close. But
And what have I seen them attack with so far?
the ballistas. Yep.
Just the ones on this side?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ballistas you can't turn all the way around. The ballistas only have a 45-degree rate that they can swing.
And I'm thinking real life, so maybe you guys could help me because I do have knowledge. I should know this in the game probably of the type of damage those weapons are going to do. Now, ballista's obviously shooting a big type of giant arrow type of thing, right?
piercing.
You got
But yeah, so in the game, compare that to a cannonball damage. If say direct hits, what's going to be the difference? I'm going to say because I should know. My character should know this in the game from his sea knowledge.
Sure. Yeah, you know that a ballista is not as powerful as a cannon of the same variety, but it's still going to do a shit ton of damage. Like it's nothing to laugh at by any means. You know, your ballistas do 3d12 plus 9.
Is one or the other more accurate?
No, they're not more accurate. Just well, I shouldn't say that. Depending on the range, they have different ranges that they're able to hit in. Is what it ultimately comes down to.
Okay.
And then what you have, and then it's also cost too. So it's way more expensive to hit a cannon than it is a ballista, and then also ammunition costs a shit ton more for a cannon than it does for a ballista.
Okay.
Can you send
and,
a document again of the?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry for all the questions, guys. I'm just getting
No.
All right, so I'll fire the ballista at the mast.
Oh, good choice.
Now they have one main mast, or they have 2. It looks like 2.
They have 1, 2, 3 masts. There's 3 masts on the ship. There's the main one is the center mast.
Get the little one in back. I'll get the big one.
All right, I'll fire it at the little one.
Okay, so you're rolling D20 plus 6. And you have to hit a DC ton. That is a hit, just barely. Nice work. So you hit the ship just barely.
Whew. We're gonna win, guys.
And then it's 3d 12 plus 9 for damage there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but that boat can take a lot more hits.
I think we're just taking out the mass, though, so it's different.
22. Yeah, the mast does have different AC than or different hit points than the
Yeah.
entire ship. So yeah, you fire at the mast, and it you definitely hit it, which is great because it's not that big of a target, and you see it hit. It's kind of at about the 10-foot high above everybody on the deck. Whack! Hits the mast, and you see it shudder a bit, and you can see a little bit of splintering in the mast, but it doesn't come down.
And so I didn't use any of my action personally, right?
You still get 2 attacks.
Yep, that's correct.
You still get 2 more weapon
You
attacks.
also have the 2 swivel guns if you want to fire those too.
Yeah, I am going to fire them, but I when you said 2 weapon attacks, you mean the Mark? You mean the cannons, right?
Your swivel guns, and then you still get your 2 actions if you want them to.
Okay, yeah, cool. All right, so what do I roll for the first swivel cannon?
1 second. Swivel cannon is D20 plus 6 as well for attack, and then it's if you hit. That is a hit, exactly on the button. Nice work. And you get to roll 3d10 for that one. Are you aiming at the mast as well, or are you aiming at me?
Yeah, the mast that I had already hit. It was still up, right?
It's still up. Yep.
Nice. We're lucky in that.
Yeah.
Nice job. So yeah, you fire. So a swivel cannon, it kind of looks like a traditional cannon, just like it sounds. It's on a mast, basically a small. And you're able to kind of aim that. You take good aim at that, fire it. It just clears the railing, skips across the deck, and skips up and hits the bottom of the mast in a different spot altogether. You actually take a chunk out of the bottom of it, and you can actually see the mast sway slightly. It doesn't topple and fall, but you can even see from here that there's a lot of splintered wood along the bottom of that mast now.
So I'm sorry, it didn't exactly fall. I took a big chunk out of it, but it's still straight up.
It's what you saw it wobble, but it came back to true.
Okay, I'll fire the last gun at it then.
Hey, hope for not a 1.
Your luck's gotta run out sometime.
Better hope it's when I'm pointing this at you.
Yes.
That is a miss. That is a miss. So you're concerned, right? Because you haven't fired across the deck yet. So you aim a little higher than what you wanted, and it actually, you shoot it, it clears across the entire. You see it splash down on the other side of the ship, and water explode as you fire high.
So does my arrow do the same damage when it's hitting a wooden structure? Like, does it still do full damage if I did happen to hit it with my arrow?
No, it won't do the same as if you hit a body. There's obviously a lot more from a structural integrity perspective. You got, minimum of 2 inches of wood that you're shooting into. So
Okay, I'd aim my longbow at the captain, guy Torben.
So Torbeck, you cannot see.
Oh.
He was standing on this side of the ship, and the last round you saw him kind of walk across the ship to the other side, and he kind of vanished out of view.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
So he vanished out of view. Did when I saw him walk across, did I think he was just on the other side of the deck, like when he vanished, or is that?
That's a good chance, based on your knowledge and how wide the ship is. That because you guys are so close, you're looking up at that ship quite a bit. So there's you can't quite see to the other side very well.
Okay, I'm gonna try to climb I'm gonna climb our mast.
Okay.
Or if I don't know if we actually have a like a crow's nest up there or not. If we don't, you do. All right, I'm gonna
Your
climb
center
our
mast, you do. Yep.
I'll climb our crow's nest.
So just make a athletics check for me. I'll set the DC, and we'll make sure you don't fall to your death.
Athletics or does acrobatics work too?
Yeah, either one you want. Doesn't matter. Are you feeling inspired at all about that? I'm just anything you want to do?
A 14? No good.
Your average DC is a 15, and you're in the middle of combat.
All right. I don't know if I. Let me see if it says I have it. Hold on.
Luckily, you're not all the way up the mast, so you typically your mast is probably 30 feet high, so you're probably only going to fall 10 feet, which means you're not going to really take any damage. But I don't know if you want to.
Oh, I did have inspiration. Nice, I do have inspiration.
You want to use it then?
Yeah, I'll use it.
All right, roll again.
Roll again.
I was gonna say I thought you did.
Yeah, I didn't, but I just didn't remember. It's been so long since I played.
Yeah.
Years.
Whoa,
There you go.
Holy shit.
No problem. You start to slip. You climb up 10 feet. You're so distracted looking at the ship as you climb, you actually grab a hold of what you think is kind of rigging, and it just pulls loose, and you start to slide down. You grab a hold all the way around, and now you're focused, and you're kind of looking at the mast, and you just shimmy yourself right up to the top, no problem.
Nice.
So we'll say that uses your movement to get that high, because you don't have your, what do you call it on right now?
Nothing yet. I didn't use anything yet. Yeah.
So you're kind of out of movement, but you can still do something from there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, first, what do I see on deck now?
Yeah.
Differently?
Yep. So you get up the crow's nest, you pull yourself in, and you look across, and you see kind of right. Let me just show you on the boat where it is. Kind of right here on this side, there's a really large box that you guys didn't see before. It's probably 10 foot. It's probably 8 foot by 8 foot. Big box. That's set there, and Torvek seems to be leaning on it with his head down close to it.
Like, if I was making a guess, did I think he was looking in it, listening to it?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Some more info, because you're kind of a ways off, but
Perception.
he's pretty easy to pick out. So. He is a giant golden minotaur, and you are so distracted by his beauty that you just can't focus on the box. That's the problem.
Okay.
You definitely see him leaning on it, and it's you can tell from here it's a wooden crate of some sort, but it's a big box.
Okay, just 1 second.
Yep.
I actually have a bonus to my initiative.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to roll that, but
All right.
I'll cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
Which,
What's the range on that?
oh yeah, it's maybe not on range. Did I? Let me.
Oh, you're 130 feet roughly.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Well, let me link it real quick just to check.
Oh, it says 90 feet right in the thing.
Did I link it already?
Yeah, when you click the roll, it said right
Why
there.
is it rolling when I click on it? It's not something it should roll, right?
I don't know.
It's weird.
No, it's not. There's no damage associated with it. I don't think. So.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell it's rolling. Okay, it says 90 feet. All right, so
Yeah.
I can't cast that. I want to. I'm trying to see if I have something I could do this with. Let me just check my inventory real quick, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to say I'm doing something and not actually have anything to do it with.
I'm doing. Oh no, I'm not.
By the way, my initiative is actually 5 and not 3 because I can use my intelligence instead of dexterity.
Oh, so you're fancier. So you're
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, just keep it the same because it doesn't matter. So,
But no, that's fine. It's no big deal. I can easily change it.
no. I just realized, oh shoot, I forgot about that.
There you go. You are 26 now. Nice.
Oh.
I'm trying to click on it, but it doesn't do it. What's the contents of the Explorer's Pack? Like, I can't click on it. I can go to information and search for it, though, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
I would be 23, not 26. I only added 2. Oops.
Okay, I got it in information. A tinderbox of torches. Okay. Perfect. I want to, I'll use my tinderbox, and I want to try to light the end of my. I'll put a little piece of my hemp rope on my arrow tip. Let's see if I can light it on fire first before shooting.
That's usually your
That'll be
whole
an
action.
That'll be an action, but you can
Yeah.
do it and then shoot next round if you like, or
Yeah, I'll do if it uses my whole action. Yeah, I can't use my like bonus action or anything like
Fire
that.
doesn't affect the ship.
I'm not aiming for the ship. Shut up, old man! And I kick some rocks at him off this off the crow.
Throwing rocks at him on the crows now.
Does I can't use bonus action though, right?
Bonus action to light the torch.
Yeah, I just asking. If I can, I'll just wait till next
No,
turn.
it takes a whole action to do that.
Okay, so I'll try to light that up and then just stay up here if I can light. Do I need to roll to light it?
No, that's fine. If you're going to do it as your whole action, you can even if it takes you a bit to get the tinder box to work, you can do it. So that's no
Okay,
problem.
who's driving the ship?
Right now you have Shalrog, who's running.
And we need to stay outside of 50 yards?
50 feet.
Feet?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I would try to bring us a little closer too, like maybe just like 20, 30 feet so we're still well out of 50 and we might be able to cast more spells on it.
Yeah, you're moving in that direction that you're facing right now. So kind of the rules for ship movement is you can't obviously start fast, you can't stop fast either. So and then also, depending on the size of your ship is how much you can physically turn it every round. So right now you're kind of heading on that same course in front of the ship.
Well then, if we're headed towards it with momentum, I'd like to turn us.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to come up kind of right between the little ship and it. I want to basically turn us towards the little ship, but since our momentum should have us inside of it.
So you want to continue moving forward or turn basically on this map, turn east.
Let me see if I can click. You see that ping?
Yeah.
I want to aim here. Ideally, if we need to, we might need to pick up our friends if that boat's about to go down.
Okay.
And come on the inside, but while staying outside of the 50 feet.
All right, so 50 feet from here is about
here.
here.
So I'm really going to try to hug it then.
So from your experience, you will not make that turn with how far you're going to travel forward and cut it hard if you want to do that. You can definitely turn and not hit the boat, but you're going to be within 50 feet if you do that. Because you'll move forward here. You're going to move forward at least one, and you're only going to be able to turn about not even that much.
And their boat's moving towards the front, the way it's facing, I assume?
Their boat is not moving. You've not seen it move yet.
And there's a wave in front of it?
There's a wave in front of the small slaver ship, not the big ship, the one that Whisper and Owen are on.
Okay.
That yellow box that's there on their ship, that's the wave that's covering most of it in front of it.
And Owen, seriously warned us not to get within 50 feet of these things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to try to just continue my momentum to circle around the front of the ships while staying 50 feet away. So I won't turn.
No turning. Okay, good. So if your guys are continuing kind of momentum-wise, you're going to travel another 1, 2 squares.
We might have to turn left a little bit to stay out of 50 feet. I can't tell.
Yeah, they haven't moved, so you haven't seen them do anything as far as that's concerned.
I'm just saying, if we go straight, we might enter 50 feet of their bow there.
But
yeah, not from the guns probably, though.
Okay. If I feel like it's safe, then I would stay close to make it.
You're going to be close. There's 50 right there, so.
Okay, that's fine then. I'm good with that. I'll end my turn there then.
You actually don't have any idea. Owen didn't tell you whether they have any turning radius on those at all or not, so you're not really sure if they can turn and go across the deck. But yeah, you're close. So, all right, cool. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay, Olundo, what would you like to do?
How big is one of these hexes?
10 feet.
10 feet. So that means I can get the 2 back masts. So I'm gonna get the 2 back masts. Is there people back there?
There are a bunch of beast folk, and then also some minotaurs too, milling about.
Great. Bonus. I am going to launch. I go into launching a fireball, but you see a magical energy kind of form, this black energy kind of form, and all of a sudden, all this this black energy kind of shoots out. At the end of it is silver, and it kind of looks like like a distortion field, as everything just kind of spreads out in a bunch of spikes. So it's basically force damage instead of fireball.
I like it.
My DC is 16. Well, it'll tell you.
16.
Yes. So it's a 40-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably center it so I can get both the mast and the most amount of people. So it'll be low enough to get the people, as long as I don't get the innocent people.
Which ones are the innocent people?
Probably the one with the robe, I'm guessing. The one that looks like a slaver. Do we see that? Or
the one that's at the front mast, the one that looks like she's nothing like any of the other ones. That one.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get her because that's way off. She's way at the front, so no worries.
Yeah, no, definitely not. All right, good. So you fire that back there, 27.
Oh, 27. That's it.
So you land at kind of dead center in between the two masts, and that the force just radiates out in both directions, and you see the bottom of the mast. That whole section just disintegrates, just gone, boom, on that mast that was hit by the ballista and hit by the swivel cannon. And as that happens, you see that mast start to lean towards the back and starts to fall towards the back of the ship. Go ahead and roll a D100. And I'll let you know what.
D100. Actually, I think I made a. Oh no, that was the other thing. I have to make it later.
Or you can roll 2 10s, whatever, but that D100 is easier.
Well, that's fine.
61. So the mast comes flying back towards and actually lands, starts to head towards the center, and then veers a little bit away from you guys, towards the port side. Takes out the other mast at the same time and shears off an edge of it and falls down, crushing. Let's see, any.
So it falls towards the bow or the stern?
Stern.
Okay.
Fall towards the stern. Narrowly misses the actual captain's wheel and the captain that's there, actually.
Yeah.
Narrowly misses. And crushes 3 Minotaurs. And obliterates 3 of them. And also...
Made
off
myself
another beast folk. So you can see you scrambling out of the way, and he gets crushed as well below that. So, but both masts are in ruin here. You can see that the one towards the center of the ship is completely obliterated and fallen on the deck. The other one at the rear is actually sheared on half on completely and is just standing there. It's not really going to do anything anymore. You know that for a fact. So.
And does that slow the ship down?
Their ship wasn't moving, so
okay.
But yes, definitely you know that it will.
Okay. I am done.
You gonna fire? Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, didn't our captain do that? He fired.
Yes. Yeah. It's you're not. I was thinking you're on the other boat, but you're not. So. Okay. Very good.
I duck to take cover.
Probably a good idea. Where do you hide?
Where am I? I don't remember where I am on the boat.
I think you were kind of mid-deck is where you were originally, but I don't know where you want to be now. You've got so you can go wherever you want.
I'll probably just go to the side of the deck and take cover under the in between the wall, just duck under. Like I'll ping it.
We'll see you got partial cover then.
It won't ping. Oh wait, I gotta be on the right tool to ping.
Oh,
like probably like there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, I guess I can move my guy.
Can I ask a question? Like when it's not my turn, like obviously when actions are happening that another player caused, like he caused the mast to fall, right?
Yep.
Would the DM ever announce, like, or would they ever be able to say, like, if I noticed anything different happening from my vantage point, even though it's not my turn, but I'm still looking at it?
Yeah, I would definitely, based on your
I'm looking at Torvin and that box, basically. That was obviously my target, so I'm kind of curious if anything happened when the mast fell.
Yeah, I mean, we would basically use your passive perception is what we would do at that point. since you're not actively taking a roll to kind of watch what's going on with that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary immediately.
Okay.
It's kind of, the whole time thing gets a little goofy when that happens too, because technically he doesn't do anything until his turn. So he's going to react to what happened on his turn, So if
I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
he might all of a sudden be thrown to the deck. You don't know. But
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it right. That makes sense. I got you.
it's a little goofy. That's a little goofy, but yeah, that's kind of how it plays out. So cool. All right. It is Owen's turn. Whisper. What would you like Owen to do?
Well, our collective plan was to continue to move towards the stern so we could take out the rudder.
Yep.
But from our collective sailing knowledge, if we have two masts down and the center mast really isn't functional, do we think it's worth the time to take out the rudder?
Well, the rudder obviously is primarily for steering, and your masts and your sails are primarily for propulsion,
right.
And so they're not going to go anywhere fast. They still may be able to maneuver with the front sail and turn the boat, but they're not going to be going anywhere. So it depends upon whether or not you guys are concerned about them being able to swivel and turn the ship or not.
No, I think we are, but
And
right, so we're going to continue to move towards the rudder. And Owen is going to use his light crossbow to attack Torvak. If he can see him.
He cannot see him from
Where
the deck here. No, he's not going to be able to see him. So,
all right. Then I think he'll use the medium ballista to shoot at the rudder. Or wait, the rudder.
okay.
So it's die 20 plus 6, is that what you said?
1d20 plus 6, and then it's 3d12 plus 9 for the damage if you hit. That is a hit.
That is a hit.
Nice shot.
3d12?
Man, we're lucky.
9.
Is that what you said, 3?
Yep, 3d12 plus 9, yep. Nice shot. You actually shoot, and you see the ballista heads exactly where it's supposed to go, and you see it wedge itself, whack, right in between the rudder and the actual the transom of the ship. So it's pinned in place, and you can see that rudder will not move at all where it's at right now. You actually missed the rudder itself, but actually pinned it in place. You can see that there's absolutely no room in between the two. So you're pretty confident that it's probably disabled where it is, but the rudder's still in one piece.
Okay. That's good. I think Owen's just going to take 2 pot shots at Minotaurs that are on the deck.
Okay. Yeah. There's the closest ones are kind of running around back by where the mast collapsed there. Looks like they're trying to maybe pull people out from underneath them or kind of order troops there, but there's about 4 of them that are on the back there that are pretty easy targets from where he's at. So
okay.
Range.
There's 15.
Miss, unfortunately.
Wait, his second? 13. All right.
Also a miss. So he's so concerned about his wonderful shot that he had taken with the ballista that he just buries him in the deck at the feet of the Minotaurs there.
All right.
Next.
Kill them all.
Next is something happens. And Strider, you're the only one that can see. So you look at the deck and you see that all of a sudden Torvak stops his whispering, puts his hands on top of the crate, and pulls off the lid. And as that happens, you see, from this range, it's difficult to tell, but it looks like very small, multicolored almost men pop out on the top of this crate, and as you watch for a second, you see these feathery wings unfoil on the back. And as you kind of watch and take a harder look at this, you can almost make out maybe some reptilian features in their faces and kind of their bodies.
Incoming.
And all of a sudden, you see them take flight.
Yeah. Incoming.
And on a quick inspection, you notice that there are a dozen of these that pop out.
Shit.
Old man, you don't see it. Stop yelling incoming.
Well, they fly. Wait, if they fly up, we see it now.
Yeah, you saw all this up to this point. Everybody else now, all of a sudden, you see these winged tiny men that have these shiny kind of scaled bodies come flying up. Anybody who would like to, feel free to make a perception check if you'd like some more detail.
I think Whisper would like to.
So Whisper,
I don't notice anything.
Whisper, you specifically noticed that looks like half of them are also carrying something in their arms as they take off and go up. They look to be almost like small kegs, almost.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They're strapped
fuck.
in kind of iron.
Mhm.
I wasted my
and-
fireball too.
The wood themselves looks to be almost like saturated in something. It's kind of a dark colored wood.
Oil.
There's 6 of them that
we
have those as well.
Do we know what kind of creatures these are?
You can. I will let you make a very difficult check to determine, and I guess that would probably be what, nature.
It's either
Yeah.
nature or it's if they're like magical nature. It can be arcana or history, whatever you.
I will let
It
you guys.
Doesn't matter
roll-
because it's all the same for me. So
Okay,
I
go
can
ahead.
just roll
Yeah,
one.
look.
I will
Whoever would
just
like
roll.
to.
I'll just roll history because it's the same bonus. But
You have never seen these creatures before.
okay, interesting.
You're pretty confident that they're not of a natural nature.
Yes.
Just so you know. And Strider, you think that they're puppies.
What direction do I see the puppies going?
So they fly up into the air, and you see them split into 2 groups. Looks like 6 are heading towards Harpy, and 6 are heading towards the slaver ship. And I will put
We have to take them out. I fear they have fire.
I'm looking at this. I'm running over to Xerxes. I'm like, what the fuck are these?
I'm
Take
gonna
care of these, you fucker.
I'm gonna call out fireball them.
Sir, Zetrix says, "Oh no."
Oh, great. Helpful.
He says they need to be killed before they reach the ships.
Exactly.
That's your job. That's your job, man. You
I will
stuck
do my
with
best.
One fireball will take them out, probably. I'm guessing. If they're holding like fiery shit, so oil. Kaboom.
Do you have a picture? Do you have a picture of them, Ben?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, let me show you that. Let's see.
Pictures are pretty.
Pictures. That's what they look like with wings.
Oh man, I don't know what these are. A flying.
And they're little. They're little, by the way. So they're about. They're small size. They're probably about 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet tall. But they're real muscled like that. But they've got these feathery wings on the back, and they're very brightly colored. So.
Oh, but we kind of
Actually, well, they're snake beast folk.
we know what they are now, right?
That would be a very good guess based on your
Yeah.
experience with what you've seen. Just so you
No,
know.
I think you exposed it all to us. It says it on the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know why I did that. That
A
showed up.
flying snake, brightly colored winged serpent.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. It tells us
That's what I'm
everything.
saying.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think we failed that check where we shouldn't be able to get all that.
I wonder why I did that.
+6 to heat.
I hate
five.
that. It was doing that for me on Fantasy Ground like a couple of weeks ago or something.
So these are really small. You're saying?
Very small. They're like 3 foot tall, between 2 and 3 feet tall.
So the barrows are small barrels then? Okay.
They're relatively small barrels. Yes, they're probably the size of like a small like wine cask kind of thing.
Small barrels of death. Take them out.
Whose turn is it?
It's still his turn.
Theirs. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the guys out here real quick so you guys know what the hell you're looking at. So, sorry.
They're gonna kick our ass.
Oh, no, what I
Is
wanted
there
to
a second ship?
do. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do.
We're in trouble now, guys.
Appeared out of nowhere.
Oof. They came out of hyperspace.
I don't know why I did that.
I believe they were using their their bow to mask a second ship.
Cloaking technology. Fucking son of a bitch.
What spells do I have?
I don't know.
I wasn't asking you, and I can't even hear you.
Oh my God!
Oh, Lord.
We're in the ocean.
Not being helpful here. All right, while I'm doing this, Torvek runs back across to the other side of the ship, and he pulls up with his crossbow again, taking aim at his favorite target.
Xerxes,
Yes.
you better be hiding somewhere.
It didn't take an action for him to open that damn crate.
No. No, it did not.
That is a free action.
That's correct. So yeah, so he runs across and let's see, he shoots
And he scores.
and he hits Zetrix again. So Zetrix has been hiding behind the same barrel on the ship. Like first he had his shoulder exposed, he got clipped in the shoulder, then he had his ass sticking out, he got shot in the ass, and so now he thinks he's huddled down altogether. And Torvek actually loops the arrow up, comes across, and catches him right in the middle of the back. He's like,
Did you take in consideration my illusion?
I did, matter of
Okay,
fact.
I'm just making sure.
You rolled a natural 20, so
Oh yeah, I didn't.
but it's a perfect shot.
Oh, I
you
can't.
actually
I can't see the row. Okay, cool.
you see Zetrix go down on his knee, and
Yeah.
you can tell that he's in bad shape. He's not even really talking anymore. You can see he's breathing heavy, and he's down on one knee and doesn't seem to be getting up.
Does Owen have a health potion?
I don't know if he does, matter of fact.
Don't see one listed.
He's gonna die.
I know I don't have one.
Well, you guys have many. You might have a couple.
It's not like I would give him one.
No, you
I-
wouldn't.
I would, but I'm not you. Yeah, we don't really have many because they took all our magic shit, so I don't think we ever got a lot of that back.
You got it back. Remember?
We got all the magic stuff back from Xerxes.
Oh, so we got all the potions back? Because then I had a few.
Got everything back. You found it all, if you remember.
Okay.
Okay. Next is
Like 3 or something.
the next is Zetrix, and he's, like I said, he's down on one knee and breathing heavy. He says, "We need to take those out," and he stands up as best he can, using the barrel as kind of support, and
Owen will have to help him up.
yeah, and points his hand up at the incoming flying creatures, whatever the hell they are, and casts a spell. And you see multiple tiny little missiles come out and head in that direction. It seems to be far less impressive than it was last time when he fired it at Torvek, as far as his flurry and what it manifests itself as, but heads out that direction. It strikes 4 of the 6 of them, and they just immediately pop,
Oh,
And
that's
they-
good.
drop.
What type of attack was it? I missed that. Sorry.
The magic missile.
Okay,
Yep.
magic missile. I got you. Great. Thank you.
Yep. So
That's
we will
good to
see
know.
of that of the ones there. If whoever's feeling lucky, we'll see if you roll. If you roll a 4 or higher on a d6, we'll say that it takes out that takes out one of them carrying one of the barrels. So,
Right. Who wants to roll?
whoever would like to. You roll it 6 times, and we're gonna roll. You maybe you don't have to roll 6 times, but you get the opportunity to roll 6 times. And if you roll higher than a 4, we say it takes out one. with the
6
barrel.
die 6, right?
So that one is
roll-
not.
That roll has nothing to do with it. I'm still trying to figure out why Hunter Mark is rolling.
So you took out one. You got
2.
one of them. One of the barrels you took out was of the 4 he killed. One of them was a barrel. So there's still 2 barrels heading towards the ship.
Oh no.
So basically, that's funny. So basically, the 2 that are remaining are still the ones with the barrels.
And he obviously was aiming for the ones heading towards his ship, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, 4. Okay. There are still 2 that are heading towards the ship.
Okay. Let's see.
I don't have magic missile. Uh-oh.
Is Xerxes done?
Yeah, he you see his eyes kind of roll back in his head a bit, and he sags against Owen, actually. So he's still conscious, but barely.
All right. Owen will take him like back down behind the mast.
Okay. So he moves his location, maybe tries to give him a little better cover than what he had, so.
And then I think it's my turn now, right?
It is, in fact, your turn. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna fire my short bow at one of those little flying snake men.
Good plan. Just hit them, and you should be good. That is definitely a hit. I mean, unless you do 1 damage, which I don't think you can. What's your bonus?
+5.
Yeah, you're fine. The most they have is 3 hit points. So you shoot one and you actually just hit it in the neck and it falls into the water.
And do I have to roll a die 6?
No, because the 2 that are there are still both
Oh.
carrying arrows. So
I only get the 1 shot, right?
correct, yeah.
What's a bummer.
Still one. Still one.
You're not a fighter. But you do massive damage though, so when you get your sneak.
Not a fighter yet.
Oh. Well, you're not a 5th
All right.
level fighter, I should say, then.
Oh, right.
Anything else you want to do?
I want to do, can I see Torvak?
Yes, you can now, because he moved to the front of the ship so that he could shoot at Dietrich.
Right.
So.
As a bonus action, I'm going to do an insightful fighting on him,
Yeah.
so I can get advantage on him later on.
Right. What's the DC for that one?
Well, it's against his. It's against a deception check for him.
Oh, it's a resisted roll? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what his deception, if he's got anything. I don't know if he does. Nope. So let me just roll it. I'll tell you what he's got.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
You got a 11. You got him.
Right. So I can get a sneak attack on him every hit.
Nice. Very nice. Cool. Yeah, he seems to be attentively watching the released flying creatures.
Now, when we take the ones that are flying with the Saint Bernard cask, do they explode or do they just fall into the sea?
Nope. They just fall. Well, unless you're specifically targeting the cast, the ones that he hit with the missile, he just killed the beasts and they fell into the water.
I should have attacked the cask. That's probably a smaller
Put it a
target.
little tougher AC wise, but yeah.
All right. I don't know. I can't remember who the 4 is. Is that the boat?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so it could be dead.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, good. Yeah, if you remember, they one of the rounds, Torvik basically announced that he to take out the slaver ship. So you're kind of have adjusted their route. Now, I think it's only going to be 3 of the ballista instead of 4, though, because that one that's at the closest to the bow on that side probably can't turn enough to get to you now, based on how far you've gone. So we're going to say that it's only 3 instead of 4 ballista fire.
I think we should probably be 1 block up, because when you put the boat back down, we kind of lost some space.
Okay.
So we should be 1 more to the east, I think.
Okay. Yep, I can move that, no problem. Maybe. 1 more to the east. See if that
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, that works good. Okay, cool. So, everybody hold on to their hats. Let's see what happens.
So I think our AC is, what, 22 with the illusion?
Yours, yeah, it's 22. So they've got to roll high to get to you, obviously, but they also get the same +6 you do. So
Yeah.
all right, first one. Is a miss.
Thank God.
Splashes down right in the front of the wave. There, you can see it splashes down into the ship.
I forget, what does my spell give it? Is it disadvantage for them, or?
It's giving them a boost to their AC.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep. The next one is also a miss. It's a little closer, but lands in front of the boat. Third one. They rolled a 19, so they hit a 25. Woof! Flashes. Whack! It's right into the side of the ship. You think maybe it's going to be a miss because of how low it rides in the water, but it actually almost seems to skip off the water and then jumps up just above the water level and wham, punches into the side of the boat. 3d12 plus 9 for 27 points of damage.
Wow.
Oof.
Smashing into the side of the boat. The boat shakes again. Rocks a little bit back and forth as it happens.
76.
So Owen has like 1 more hit and then he's dead, right?
Yeah.
So I think we
Dead and
maybe
shit.
had a little miscommunication on how that works. So the captain doesn't die when that happens.
Okay.
It's so if you have, let me read it to you guys real quick.
We can take 2 more hits before we get to loss of 75% of our...
Right, so that's what it is. So if the ship is reduced to 75% of its hit points, then the crew makes a morale check, which is a wisdom versus their whatever DC I'm going to set. If the captain dies, then that instantly triggers a morale check for the boat. And then there are other conditions that can do that as well. So depending upon, amount of damage, how much of the crew is gone, all of that stuff. So, it's... And a failed morale check can be bad. So that's kind of where we're at. But I think my wording originally made it look like the captain died.
Who wants to be captain?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah, that doesn't make any. I don't like that. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So, but yeah. So cool. And then, unfortunately, based on kind of distance where you're at, you notice that there are minotaurs that scramble to the aft of the boat, and all of a sudden you see them pull up with crossbows as well and start to take aim.
That's not good.
So there are 10 people on your boat, not including you and Zetrix and Owen. So we're gonna say on a roll of a 1 on a D10, it hits one of the 3 of you, and then we'll roll.
What kind of crossbows are these?
They're heavy crossbows.
So their range is 80, I think, right? Is that it?
I think it's 120, isn't it? And they're only 50 feet away anyway.
Well, I think 120s are long. Isn't
it? It would be disadvantage. It'd be disadvantage for them to fire from there. But,
okay, cool.
But they're only 50 feet away, so they're within range. Unfortunately, from the back of the ship.
And then they also have my spell, right?
Correct. They're going to get bonuses to the AC from that too. Yeah.
So if you guys get hit, you're very unlucky.
Yeah, there's a good chance you won't. And it's not all 50 Minotaurs that are collecting back here because you just crushed a bunch of them with the Vast that happened too. So we're going to see. I'm going to roll it randomly to see how many are back here, actually. There are 4 back here that are taking aim. So they pull up and take a shot. You guys can roll. Whoever feels like it can roll a d10 for me, and we'll see if it's one of the 3 of you. If not, it's going to be one of the crew members.
Yeah, I'll do it since it's my ship.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like a man that can take responsibility.
A 7.
Oh, it's one of the crew. So we roll what they had real quick. Crossbow. 14. And what do I have? What is the armor class for those guys?
With an added -4, right?
You get a -4, so it's an 18. Yep. Let's see. So they are. Oh, they get a -4, so they actually add to their armor class. So they actually have an 18 armor class now. Just so you know. So
Okay.
is what they're at. So
Yay.
that first one is a miss. Whoosh. Go ahead and roll again if you'd like. See if it hits one of you guys or targeting one of you guys. Yes, that's also going to the crew. And that is a 26. That's a natural 20. So let's see. Why did that not roll damage? That's weird. Okay, normally it does. 8 plus the 2, so 10 points of damage to one of the crew on the boat. Catches it in the shoulder. He doesn't go down.
Yay.
Okay.
And then the last one you can roll and see. Yep. So it wasn't one of you guys again, which is good. And it is a 21 for 10 points of damage as well. Hitting another crew member. So we've got some few of them that got a few arrow wounds in them, but the boat seems to be a bigger concern. You do notice that the boat pivots ever so slightly. It doesn't look to be. Whisper and Owen, you both, and I guess Strider too, you guys actually can tell that it's not, doesn't appear to be necessarily even under its own power. It seems to maybe be kind of drifting with the tide is what you're kind of guessing that's happening. But the bow of the ship actually swivels a little bit away from the Harpy. So
Okay.
I'll just turn it so you guys can see. But maybe if I can find the handle here. Here we go. It turns ever so slightly
To the northeast.
to the northeast. Yep. About that much.
And what caused it?
You're going to guess it's probably the tide. It doesn't seem like it's under its own power because it just slowly drifted that direction. Just
Okay.
went off left with my stuff, which is cool. So, I don't care. I know it's there. Okay, cool. I'll know that it turned a little bit, and I'll fix that in a second. All right. Up next, you see, you guys can all kind of see from where you're at. Some of you a little better than others, but the female character that ran up to the bow looks like 2 of the Minotaurs that were kind of standing around by the ballista on this side of the deck, on the starboard side. All of a sudden, look over their shoulders, and look towards her direction, and start to stalk that way. They walk over there. One of them stops mid stride, and you can see looks like maybe they're having a conversation with the other. And then the other rushes all of a sudden towards the woman. He gets within about 3 feet of her, and all of a sudden he stops dead in his tracks and kind of stands up straight. And they appear to be having kind of a conversation. Kiss carries on for a couple seconds, and then he turns around and starts to walk towards the starboard side of the deck, a little further to the north. He's heading more towards this area, which is kind of where Torvek is right this second. He's right here, so he looks like he's heading in that direction. You notice as he turns around and heads that direction that she crouches down, and you guys can kind of make a perception check if you want to see what she might be doing.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Strider, you're not sure. You can tell she's crouching over something. What are you trying to find out, Whisper?
Well, based on the initial reaction, the aggressiveness to the two Minotaur, and then their change of behavior after that.
Yeah, with your roll, you would bet that they thought she was a threat, and then it maybe turned into not a threat because they turned her back on them, and that's not something that you normally would see a Minotaur do, especially is turn their back on a potential enemy. You can also tell. Actually, neither one of you can tell. If you want to roll a perception check, you can too, Whisper, because they don't see much anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's plenty. You can see that she is kneeling over the body of a Minotaur that appears to be trapped underneath the jib sail that had fallen from earlier in the fight.
Okay.
And she appears to be trying to work on him. You can also see her making some kind of strange hand gestures. So.
Similar to what I see a Lundo do?
Yep. It doesn't look like random hand motions. They look like they're got some purpose. Yep.
All right.
Magic. All right, cool. Alundo, you are up. You old farts, wake up.
Hey, did you guys add my wisdom to my wisdom modifier to my initiative? Because I get that bonus from my ability.
You go into your character sheet and you go into the little
I don't remember. What do you have?
wheel and look under initiative modifier in the middle. You have to hit the little cogwheel under your character sheet. It's next to core, bile, spells, right after spells.
Yep.
And then your initiative modifier is like in the top, about in the middle, right underneath where it says charisma, has your ability score bonuses. You can add that, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know where it's at. I didn't know.
Oh, so you're still first then.
Yeah, so I get wisdom is...
Whatever.
What is my wisdom? +6 is my modifier. No.
What? You can't put what?
No, that's my insight modifier. What is my wisdom is +3.
Yeah, okay.
You have a 16 wisdom?
It just says +3 in the modifier. Let me see. I can tell you what the number is. I guess.
I think he does. He's got a crazy.
Yeah, that's very high. Damn.
Wisdom is 16. Yeah.
Oh, then it should be a +2.
It says +3 in the box.
15 is +2.
16.
No, 16. He's got a 16.
Oh, 16. Okay. Then
Initiative
that is
+3.
indeed a +3.
Okay, I got it in there now. So it'll auto add to my rolls now?
Yeah,
Yep.
you just go back. You'll see it. It should be in there.
Alright, so I'll just manually add it in this time. It's almost 25, right?
So you're really higher than me still.
So we were
That's why
doing.
I stopped there because I wanted to ask if you guys did that because I wasn't here when it
That's
happened
cool.
before. Alright,
Okay.
so I'm kind of just sitting here with a smile on my face looking at these little snakes flying because I got this lit arrow from last turn ready to go.
Yep.
And I aim right at the cleanest looking barrel that's in the middle of the group coming towards us. I look for one that looks like they're in the middle, you know, of the six coming towards us. And I aim that arrow right at the middle barrel specifically.
So it's going to be a higher armor class to hit the barrel, but let me
Do I
see.
get any advantage for being in the crow's nest, like height?
You do not. You do not get any advantage. I'm sorry. I will tell you what their armor class is.
You get nothing.
I'm going to make that partial cover. So you've got to hit a 17 to basically to hit that barrel. So
You are worthless.
fire away.
What do I just roll my bow attack?
Yep.
That should do it.
That is definitely a hit. So it streaks across the bow. You see
So
this
lucky.
flaming bolt. Whack! Hits the barrel. Roll your damage. Let's see if it's enough to smash through the side of the barrel and make a big mess.
And it's on fire too.
Yes, fire doesn't do any initial damage. It does the burning damage after.
I thought it might explode as soon as it hit the barrel. That was
If
my
it goes through, it very well might. I just want to make sure you don't botch your damage roll.
So
It's a minimum of 9, right?
Oh, is it that much?
Yeah. You didn't do your damage. You rolled attack again.
I clicked piercing. Is that not what I clicked?
You gotta
Go ahead,
click
click on the
click,
longbow in
click,
the
yeah.
chat.
Okay, gotcha.
Longbow.
Yeah, that's funny. So it actually goes right into the center of that, and then all of a sudden you hear a half second goes by and you go, huh, that's kind of weird. Why didn't that? And all of a sudden, boom! It just explodes out.
How big is the explosion?
In a 15-foot radius.
Yay,
Wow.
takes out
Did I
some.
take out all 6?
Should get all of them.
Pretty close. Let's see if you're dead center. Let's check here. So that's 20 foot. So you get, if you get one of the two in the middle, let's just give you a 50-50 chance that you hit the dead nuts middle one. So go ahead and roll a D100, and if it's above 50, we're gonna give it. Let's say you hit the dead center one.
Dead center.
I rolled 100.
I take out the other 6 and the other
Wow.
That's not a roll. I don't think that's right.
5. It says rolling 100. Right?
No, wait.
That's not right. It just rolled 100. It rolled
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna do that next time. See if I can get away with it.
Oh, it's rolling it 100 times?
You slash roll. There you go.
Do you want me to? You can make a.
65. It still work. Doesn't matter. Awesome. So, 15-foot radius from
Boom.
the center one. Takes out. Let me hold this down here so I can actually get the right measurements. It takes out those 2 on that side, and it takes out those 2 on that side. There's 1 remaining.
Let me just ask you a question. Please
Yep.
tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't it going to instantly blow up the barrel and the guy next to it? Then it's going to extend 15 feet out from that barrel?
Yeah, it could for sure. Well, we'll give you odds on that one too. How's that? I'll say it's the same thing. I'll say it's a 50-50 shot. So if it's above 50, we'll say it ignites the other barrel.
They only flew to die.
Yep, awesome. So then, yeah, that works, and you take them out. Nice work. So you take out the entire swarm.
Did those last barrels take out any part of the ship as well?
No, it wasn't close enough to do that, unfortunately.
I'm
But
trying to, can I roll? You want me to roll for that as well?
no. Yeah, they've already cleared enough of the height that it didn't actually get down that far to be able to do anything that way. But you actually do hear sounds like maybe coming from Torvek on deck, some kind of cursing that you don't understand in a different language.
I might understand it.
What is it?
Abysmal.
I do understand it.
That's the name of a language?
Son of a whore!
I yell back,
You're going down.
ain't a Belsu. So
He you see him look in your direction. You see him look in your direction. Doesn't say anything. So. All right, so you fire. What else would you like to do now?
I'll start with the ballista on the remaining sail. Well, looking at that sail, by the way, does it look like it's even usable at this point from all the damage that was done to it to me?
It's still up, yeah. So the triangular jib sail, the one that kind of goes towards the front, is the one that got blown away. But the front mast is still up and still functional. But
A big chunk
you
out
know
of it?
from your what's that?
Big chunk out of it, right?
No, but you know from your sailing experience that that's really more for propulsion forward than it would be any sort of steering. So they may be able to slowly move forward, but it's not going to be getting them anywhere fast.
And what do I see Torvin doing?
Currently, he's standing on the side of the ship. You had just seen him fire a crossbow bolt and looks like pretty severely wound Zetrix.
Okay, and it does look like you were within 90 feet now of him. Right?
You very well could be. I didn't really measure it. You are right at 90. Yep.
All right, so I will. While I have the opportunity, I'll cast the Hunter's Mark on him first.
Okay.
Good choice.
Need me to do anything to do that, or just say it?
No, I don't remember what that does, to be honest. So
It gives a 1d6 extra damage on attacks, and once it dies, I can move it to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so
you can roll an insight check, by the way. I meant to tell you guys this earlier in other adventures. If you guys want to know kind of what state these people are in as far as, how injured and wounded, if you want to roll an insight check in the tower, I can give you an idea of how hurt you
in the
think
tower.
There is a special ability for certain fighters that allow you to do that.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So
I'll just make the difficulty super high then. How's that?
okay.
We'll say that you guys are seasoned enough at this point that you know kind of, at least if somebody's got critical injuries. How's that? So
Yeah.
Wait. So it's been too long. What do I roll? If I want to roll an insight in the tower, I click the tower and I just add my initiative, right?
add your bonus,
Bonus, right? Yeah.
whatever your bonus is for that stat. Okay. He looks like he's doing all right. I mean, he's definitely got some minor injuries. You can see some holes in his shoulder and some wounds from some arrows and bolts, but he looks like he's all right. Just so you know. And he's pissed. You know that.
He's
And he's standing on this side of the deck, right?
Yep. He just fired at the slaver ship, and he just cursed out you for destroying his flying minions.
How many minotaurs do I see left on the boat?
How many are left?
Yeah.
You killed 4 there, a buttload.
Oh, there are. Okay. I didn't know there was a ton on there.
5, 9, so
41
you
and
got
42.
30. You see about 30-ish.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Okay, I want to fire the close cannon directly at the Torvin's feet.
Okay, so you're trying to hit the boat or trying to hit him?
I'm trying to hit the boat right at his feet. Like, ideally, if I could put a hole in it, like right at, because he's standing on the edge deck, he's standing on like the side of the deck. So I'm because I figured in my mind, my knowledge is it's too hard to hit a person with a cannonball. So
If you try and hit, that's by the way, that is in the notes too. If you try to hit a specific person with a siege weapon that's mounted on a boat, you get disadvantage on your attack roll. So if you're trying to hit the boat with the swivel gun, obviously it's a normal roll. But if you're trying to target a specific person, then it's disadvantage on the attack.
And I assume just from the other cannon hits I saw, they're putting holes in the boat when they hit, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
The swivel cannons are more. They're more superficial damage, but they're definitely causing damage. I mean, you can see they're putting a hole in the boat, but it's not a blowing apart the boat when it hits kind of thing. So,
But it probably would be less than superficial damage on a person if it hit.
a person, it's definitely gonna cause some serious hurt. Yep.
All right. Since he is actually standing right there, I'm gonna aim it at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So you just have disadvantage on your attack then.
So what do I gotta do? Click the disadvantage box?
Yep. Or actually, no. I think you just roll normally and it rolls both, and just take the lower of the two numbers. I'll see it. So
And the cannon is what? 1d20?
Oh yeah, you can hit the disadvantage box too. It doesn't matter. Just roll. If you're rolling the cannon separately, individually, just roll it twice, and we'll take the lower of the two numbers. That's fine. It's 1d20 plus 6. Okay. You roll it again. Yep. All right. So you shoot. You're aiming directly at him, and you're like, I'm gonna kill this bastard with one shot. You fire it, and it sails right over his head, missing the ship entirely as well. Goes over the top, sails out to sea somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was worried was happening if I aim for him. So I'm gonna try the other cannon at that again, the feet, like I was saying, like right at not his feet, but at the boat right below him.
Okay.
1d20 plus 6.
That's it. That is a miss, unfortunately. So it splashes just short of the boat. Sprays water on the whole deck. You see Torbeck actually, he shakes his head, his mane throws water off, and he says, "You'll have to do better than that."
All right. Well, then after he taunts me, I'm gonna fire the ballista at him.
Okay.
What's that roll? 1D.
Same thing. 1d20 plus 6 disadvantage. So roll it twice.
When he says that, I yell back, "Your mother was not a cow, it was a goat!" Whatever that kind of...
Oh, that's so close. You fire it, and actually, I'm going to let you hit the ship because it's that close. It actually, you shoot it, and it comes, looks like it's going to impale him right in the abdomen, and it falls just short and lands directly between his legs. Boom! And punches a hole in the deck right down. You missed by 1. And literally just hits in the center of the deck, punches a hole in, and literally the ballista bolt is sticking out in between his legs off the edge of the ship. So I'm going to let you roll half damage for what the normally would be. So just roll the 3 die 12 plus 9, and we'll divide it in half and use that as damage on the ship. 30. 30, 30, 30. All right, cool. So half that, 15. All right, cool. Okay. The ship is getting a little bit holy, you can tell. Besides the masts, obviously, damage-wise, which did some additional damage, kind of collateral damage on top of it. It's the actual hull itself is looking like it's starting to take on some decent amount, too. So, doesn't look to be quite in as bad a shape as the slaver ship, but it's, it's getting there. So, Alondo. Oh wait, yeah, okay, yep. I think that's it. Unless you're gonna do something else, try you're gonna move or do anything. It doesn't. You're on the ship, but so you can be kind of wherever you want. But.
I'm still up in the cat's. Yeah, the thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's that?
I'm good. I'm gonna just stay up there and end my turn.
I can't reach that flying thing, so I will not shoot it. Can I see the captain of the boat when I pop up my head?
Yeah, he's they're right at the mast, which is what was left of the mast, kind of right here on the back.
Okay.
He's kind of standing next to the wheel. Is still somehow intact, and he's still at the wheel, although you're not really sure what he's doing because you know that the rudder's not really there. He's the one that's piloting the ship. You trying to? I'm sorry. You going after Torvak, or you want to go after the guy who's piloting the ship?
Oh, I want to go after Torvak. All
right, he's right there on the side of the ship. That's that little portrait right there.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. All right, I'm just gonna zap him. I'm gonna do force damage. So you see like this black ray shoot out with like this silver tip that does like a distortion through the air, like a distortion wave.
Okay.
Whoosh. Makes a sound like whoosh. Probably don't hit.
Unfortunately, yeah. It's as it kind of heads that direction, kind of what happens. It just kind of skips across the water a couple times and then fizzles out before it gets to the boat. It's just a little further distance, which I'm gauged originally. So
I take cover and my turn is over.
All right. Owen, what's Owen do?
Well, he would have given some kind of healing potion to the other mage, but
yeah, I think he would have.
How Alondo, how long does your illusion last, by the way? Because this is round 6.
10 minutes.
Oh, you're good then. Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say we're coming up on 1 minute of combat. It's just terrible.
Yeah. I'm not even really keeping track technically. Unless it goes really long, then we'll calculate it.
Yeah, I know. It'll be round 6. It'll be top.
If I get hit, I'll have to roll concentration, and then it might disappear too. That's the other possibility.
Right.
What is the illusion? Do I know?
You can see it. You can see like a wave that kind of like covers the ship. You can only see like the front and end of the ship. It's like a 15 foot, so it's like hard to hit.
It's kind of like It's kind of like this swell that kind of stays perpetually in front of the boat.
Oh, on the slaver ship.
Yeah. Yep.
On our ship, yeah.
All right.
Help protect
So
it.
Owen's gonna use his light crossbow on the last little flying snake person.
Little flying snake.
That should do it.
It should absolutely do it. He's got a plus what?
No, I got a roll. Oops, I didn't do damage. 4.
That's all that matters. Doesn't matter. So yep, that's good. Yep, hits him. It's not enough to make it explode in midair, but it is enough to make it fall in the water.
And then he's gonna return fire. He's gonna use his precision maneuver
Mm-hmm.
to return fire to one of the minotaurs that shot at us with the.
Okay. Yeah, there are 4 of them on the side of the deck still that can fire at you.
So he gets a superior dice, but I'm not sure what that is. So I have to roll like a die 6 or something.
I don't
His
remember.
superior dice is die 8.
Yeah, I think so
Okay.
too.
And then you just add that to damage or the hit, right?
Either one, I think you get a choice. Yep.
All right, so it's 5.
Yep.
Do I have to say if it's 2 hit or 2 damage, or can I wait to see what happens?
I think you're supposed to announce it ahead of time, but go ahead. I don't care.
Right, this will be to hit then, plus 5 to hit.
2 hit.
Right, so 17.
That is enough.
Hey.
Hit one of the minotaurs. Ah!
Wrong one.
6
6.
points of damage. Hits him kind of in the thigh. Ah! And you see him kind of takes a second, and rips the arrow out, and kind of just snarls in your direction.
And then with the medium ballista, he's gonna shoot at Torvak.
Okay, right at him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets disadvantage on that.
And how do I?
You're just gonna roll a 1d20 plus 6, and I'll let you know if you hit him with the this armor class. With just disadvantage, you just got to roll it twice. We'll take the lower of the 2.
You know how to roll that, right, Mark?
Yeah. Oops,
Yeah.
that was damage.
Yeah.
So it's a 16 and a 19.
Okay, 16. Wait, 16 plus 6 though, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
22 and a
That's a hit
Okay.
on Torbeck. Yep.
All right.
See how much you do. That'll be
pimpin'.
got left. Hold on.
So it's 3 die 12 plus 9.
3 die 12 plus 9 with a bolt.
30.
30 points of damage. Yeah, you can see Torvek. He actually looks over at. He's still over there looking at Alundo, who's taunting him over that direction. And all of a sudden, the bolt comes whizzing his way. He whips his head back to look, and this bolt catches him right in the shoulder. It sticks through the back of his shoulder by a good foot. It actually drops into one knee, and you hear him scream out. "Ah!" You can see the back of the bolt is waving around on the back as he kind of struggles. You can hear him yell out something you don't understand. Alundo, you can hear him say, "Get this thing out of my shoulder now!"
Nice. So we're going to continue our movement and try to get right. I want to get us further away to get us out of crossbow range.
Okay.
So we want to be. How do I ping?
Just hold the
you
mouse.
just-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left click, hold it
Long
down.
click.
Just with the arrow.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Just hold
And then
down left
one
click,
move.
hold it down.
Well, I want to be like. No,
Yeah.
not that.
Okay.
Further to the. That's not doing what I. There.
Okay, so you're gonna get to move. You're
This
gonna
is
move
me pinging, so you tell me when I'm hot. Hot or
Right,
cold.
right around there, yeah.
Okay.
You
Right
can
one.
you can
Move
use
three.
the draw if you use the draw tool. You can just draw right on there too.
Yeah.
It's a little paintbrush.
You can move 3, so you can basically move to this square or
Okay.
one north of it, whatever you'd like.
I just want to stay on the long edge of crossbow, but not within catapult range.
Okay. and you want to kind of veer back, aim back towards the ship a little, more level out a bit, or
right
like
behind.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's about how much you can turn with this ship, anyways, for that distance. So, all right, we'll put that there. So as you come around, Whisper, you especially, Owen doesn't notice, but you do. The back of the ship becomes visible, and you can read the name on the back of the ship, and it says Wind Seeker on the back.
I'm guessing that's a Minotaur name.
You could roll a history check to see if that's...
Check to see if I recognize it.
Yep. You're not sure, but you think this boat may have been docked in Squallhaven at some point.
Oh. Was that the one that we talked to? That I went in to talk to them?
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that was one of the... I remember the name too. It's the one that, Darren's character came in on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, this is the boat. You know,
the
whether you
weapons.
guys, we'll assume you guys talked about it if you live long enough to do so. Yeah, this is the boat where you impersonated the magistrate and went on and talked, and where you guys found out the information about dollars that was in port. Now you know that this was not the crew or the captain that was on this boat, but because those were people, so
Yes.
People.
not minotaurs, but yeah. Anyways, so there's that. All right, cool. Anything else that you do, Owen?
I think Owen will kind of be a little more protective of Xerxes.
Okay.
With defensive posture and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say he can take partial cover behind Owen because he's going to take a defensive stance. So we'll give him a +2 to his armor class. That's cool. All right, cool. Next is Torvek, and he is bellowing. He's pissed, and you see them yank the ballista bolt out of his shoulder. His right arm is almost completely mangled at this point. It's hanging loose on his arm. His arm's hanging loose at his side, and he's not really doing anything with it. You see, he pulls up the crossbow with his left hand though, and he says, "They're going to die now." And you see him move to this end of the ship. As he moves, you notice. Let me see. 7 Minotaurs move with him. As he moves to the back of the boat here. He runs to the aft here,
Sweet.
and he pulls up and he says, "Zetrix, you're dead!" and fires
Uh-oh.
in
Might
direction.
be.
No kidding.
Yay, I'll get his spellbook.
Maybe.
Gotta look at the bright side. Loot!
He actually goes to fire, and as he pulls up and does so, you see the bowstring on his crossbow snaps. The bow kicks up in his face. Whack! Then you see that his nose is now covered in blood. Takes the crossbow,
Not having a
slams
good
it
day.
down on the deck. Just slams it down on the deck and bellows. Not
Not having a good day.
Definitely not.
Bad
That was a
day.
Natural one for sure.
It's funny, I'm not
next-
seeing a lot of the rolls. Can we see your rolls, or do you have them blocked or something?
I've got him blocked.
Oh, okay. That's why I can't see your rolls.
Doing secret rolls.
Yes,
Secret.
that's cool.
Yeah, so he slams it down on the deck, and kind of you can see he's just directing the rest of the Minotaurs back towards him in this direction. Zetrix pops up and says, This might be all I can do, but we need him dead if we're going to survive this. So he, again, with some help and support from Owen, kind of tries to pull himself up as tall as he can possibly be. Looks over in Torvek's direction and says, I hope this is enough. And you see him conjure something in his hand, glows. It looks like a burning bolt of fire, and throws it overhand at Torvek. And actually zooms across, hits him square in the chest.
Oh, thank God.
Oh man.
The hair on his golden mane starts to cook and fry a bit. And you see him waver and fall forward on the deck. And you hear Zetrix, I got him! And then he kind of sags back into Owen's arms again.
Good show.
He literally just killed him by 1 hit point.
Oh man. So is that a moral check for the
Yes,
check?
so that's what I was gonna say. We're not done here yet. So because I like to let you guys determine your own destiny.
Suffer.
Or that. Let me so you went down. You guys have been peppering the ship pretty well, although that ship's pretty damaged. I'm gonna set the DC at 17. So if you guys want to roll, it's just a straight up D20. Whoever's feeling lucky.
I got it.
All right. All you.
1.
Yeah, you're real lucky, right here. You're
So-
fired.
According
Like
to
this, right? I got it.
So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, much better.
According to the table, if you miss the DC by more than 5, that results in an invigorated by desperation, which means that on their next round of attacks, they get disadvantage on their attacks, but if it lands, it's double damage.
Oh,
No.
awesome.
You get disadvantage though. That could be good.
Yeah, they're recklessly attacking you guys out of
Does
desperation.
that go for the ship
Hit.
attack, people attack, or both?
That's all of it.
People too. Okay.
So
Uh-oh.
we'll see what happens. But you've got
Disadvantage will help.
absolutely. They very well may not hit you at all because you gotta think they're just randomly firing now. They're just
Right.
pulling off shots as fast as they can, kind of
And is
thing.
that I'd have to reread the sheet. Is that a one-time thing? Like, so that's for the rest of the game, or do you re-roll that each other turn?
Yeah, just for their next action, next round. That's all it is. Yep, it's not
So
for
that you don't roll. It doesn't get rolled again, right?
It does not. Nope.
Okay.
Not unless there's another morale check for whatever reason. Let me put that document in the chat. By the way, I was going to do that. I didn't. I was going to put it in Hangout so you guys had it. I can just put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I think I've got it saved somewhere. But
I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys click on that link or not. You try it.
No. Yeah, it just gives you a warning message. It worked.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. I might put this in notes. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
In the side there. Do we probably have room for it?
I would think it's not that many pages.
I'll put it in the group notes so we always have it in there, like a handout sheet, you know?
yep.
Oh, I could do a handout for you guys too.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, that'd probably be better because then we can always reference it in the sheet.
Good call. All right, I can do that.
Then you don't have to keep linking it.
Yep, that's
Well,
cool. All right.
or later.
Nice work, Zetrix. Up is Whisper.
Zetrix, you get the button.
With Owen already taking the actions of the ship and moving us towards the rear, as pilot, I can't really do anything, right?
Yeah, all you're getting is a bonus to your AC for you being pilot, basically, at this point.
Okay.
So, I mean,
So
that's what
since my character go? Did I close Whisper?
He's on the back of the boat. I can see him still.
He got closed.
No. Since the big guy's down, I'm gonna do a bonus action on insightful fighting for one of the minotaurs that's shooting at us.
You want to target the one that already got hit? On the
Yeah.
back? Okay. Yep.
So my insight versus his deception.
Okay. It's gonna be. He doesn't have anything.
That wasn't very good.
No, he's not anything special. So. 5. You got him. Yep.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow.
Okay. You get advantage. Does it give you advantage on the roll or no? Doesn't matter. That's a miss, unfortunately. Either way. 14. So, yeah, it skips off the deck in between a bunch of them.
Then I'm good.
Okay, cool. Next is the boat.
The boat.
You can tell from here that the death or the falling, you're not sure that he's completely dead, but probably a good chance, that it's kind of thrown the ship into chaos. The only ones that seem to really still be focused on their task are the beast folk, but they seem to keep their head down and just doing what they're supposed to be doing anyways. But the minotaurs are kind of, you can see that this is almost created like a power vacuum, and that a lot of them are starting to scream and try and take charge of what's going on, which is resulting in just everything going off kind of all at once and firing. So because they've drifted and I didn't turn it the way it was supposed to, that front ballista is going to fire on the Harpy, and then the other 3 are still going to fire on the slaver ship. So let's see.
Would they have disadvantage on this attack?
They have disadvantage on the attack. Yep. So I'm gonna roll everything basically twice. So I'm gonna roll, instead of 4 times, I'm gonna roll 8. But if they hit, it's gonna be bad. So,
It'd be bad. We can only take one of those hits.
Exactly.
Don't hit.
Well, that would be a hit, but we'll see. That's a miss. That's so lucky. I rolled a 19 and then I rolled a 2. So that's a miss. Splashes in the water.
Disadvantage is huge for us.
Yep. Second one would be a miss. First one, and that's a natural 1. So that's absolutely that. That actually, we're going to say that ballista jams. I'm going to notate that.
Jams.
So, jams for
That's
one
like-
round.
That's like the old school rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's always
natural ones, come on. 1 round. Okay.
They do have the option of like crit failures, so
Well, remember, you've got crits if you guys hit with a crit too,
Yeah.
or if they hit with it, causes bad things too. So you guys haven't done that since last session or 2 sessions. So, so the second one that jammed to that one, that's a hit. You better hope this is a really low roll. This next one, saying twice, 25. So that one hits the boat for a butt ton of damage. So instead of 3, it's 6 die 12. Let's hope it's not bad. Hope for low.
This is on the slaver, right?
Yes. That's 9. That's 42 damage.
Ooh. Right,
Flat.
34.
How much left?
34.
So
So
that's going to trigger a morale check there.
I'll roll it since it's my ship.
So we'll say
responsibility.
because you guys have 3, we'll say 3 kind of really important people aboard the ship, and it's a relatively small crew that you guys can kind of keep your hands on. We're just going to give it an average DC of 15.
All right.
So,
Then this is just a straight 20, right?
straight 20 roll, and we'll see what happens. So that's missing by more than 5. So the
Yes.
same thing happens. So your next attacks that you guys make are all with disadvantage, but if you hit, it's doubled.
Okay.
So it's not as bad as it could be, actually. But
Take out the people!
indeed.
Then we can
Alright.
loot the ship.
I don't think we have enough firepower to take on that many people.
It's
a lot
called
there.
ballistas.
So that was the checks on that, and then there's also one that's attacking the Harpy as well. So this might be the first damage that the Harpy takes, which is pretty fine.
Maybe. But
Again,
they
it's
have.
with-
They still have disadvantage, right? Knock on wood.
So that's hysterical. They're both 17. So what's the Harpy? I think that might be hit. Let me see. I got it right here. It is Harpy is a 14. So yeah. So it hits.
Bummer.
Woo! So you guys weren't expecting that because they haven't really been firing on you. But as you guys, the ship drifts a little bit, it turns and fires on you. So. And it does 56 damage. Whack! Smashing into the front quarter of the ship.
We have like 200 something, right?
Get 300.
You have 300, yeah.
Okay.
You know, you're not toast. But
Where do we keep track of that at?
wherever you would like.
Okay.
I'm just doing it paper style, but I can I really can't take any more hits. Maybe one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they roll low, right?
Yeah, then we'll be in the dinghies.
So we just got hit for how much?
56.
56.
And there's 300, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 244.
They hit us? What the fuck?
Yeah, they did. They shot you with the ballista. Certainly did.
What happened to taking out the slavers?
Well,
Captain's dead. Now everything's going.
they couldn't hit you with the one ballista because when it swiveled, they couldn't swivel it back towards the slavers, so you guys were still in range.
Yeah, but the captain's dead. These guys are all going to do what they want.
He is dead. That's no doubt about that. So, okay. And then there's also the Minotaurs that are on deck. So, the 4 that are on the back of the boat. Actually, there's more than that now. There's 7 plus the 4. There's 1 that's damaged. So there's 11 back there.
Awesome.
And they're still attacking with disadvantage, even if it's against us, right?
Correct. They're attacking with disadvantage. It's just the same thing. If they hit, they're going to do double. So. Let's see. That's going to be each one's going to be disadvantaged, so that sucks. 19. So roll d10, and we'll see if. Oh no, sorry, that was disadvantage. Never mind.
Okay,
Fine.
I'll get it ready just in case.
Be a mess. Yeah, that's a mess.
Evacuate.
Might be a hit. That's a miss. A hit. That's a hit, because it's a 20 or a 21 with disadvantage. So, just roll a d10 and we'll see if it's one of you guys or if nope, so it's one of the crew. And then I'll roll damage real quick.
It's probably somebody's probably dead.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see. .13 of damage. So they're not dead. They've got, each one of them got a 20-ish hit points. So unless they really do it, well, I'm gonna, as we kind of spread out the damage, we're gonna say it's just kind of spread out across the group.
Yeah,
And we
I've
don't have to worry
got
about
it
it.
tracked for 1 through 6.
Okay. Let me. So it was 6. Mess. Mess. That's a mess. We have 2 more. 3 more. That might be a hit. Miss. That's a miss for sure. And that's a miss. And the last one. And miss.
Thank you.
So you can definitely tell they're kind of in panic and they're just randomly firing all over the place. One of them got lucky and clipped
Oh my gosh.
a pretty good shot into yet another one of your beast folk that's got some damage to it. So
Cast.
Lucky.
Yeah. Next, you see up on deck that the woman who was crouching over top of something, whisper you know it to be another Minotaur. She stands up suddenly and motions. One of the Minotaur that's kind of over by the ballista walks over and bends down, grabs a hold of this mast, broken part of the mast, not a main mast, but the little jib sail mast. It's still big. It's still probably 10 or 12 inches around.
Mm-hmm.
Picks it up, hauls it up to about his waist, starts to pivot, and then all of a sudden you see his foot go out from underneath him, and the mast comes crashing down on top of the body. Just
Oh,
and
gross.
he raises his hands a bit and starts to kind of back away. And the female figure just kind of looks in his direction and then turns back to now what you're assuming is probably a corpse on the deck.
Yeah,
See,
that's all the activity that we can see.
that's what you see. Well, that's what you see from her. As far as on the deck in general, the rest of the crew is in chaos. So you see them all kind of. The Minotaurs are literally. You can hear multiple voices shouting various commands. A lot of stuff you guys don't understand. Or you do. You understand. It's take aim, make the sails, start those repairs, check for the holding. We got to make sure we're not taking on water. It sounds like there's just complete chaos in what they're yelling.
Does she look panicked or scared in any way? Can I make an
No.
insight? No.
No. From what you can tell, you got a distance off, but her mannerisms aren't telling you that she's really all that worried.
Okay.
So yeah, Strider, you are up.
I would start out with last time when I saw the masts go down, would I have thought that they were doing more damage to the ship when they fell than the cannons?
No, you wouldn't say more than the cannons, but you know that they did add some incidental damage on top of it. Like they definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to aim for the ship. I'll fire with the ballista first.
Okay. Yep. D20 plus 6. That's a miss, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm going to do the first cannon.
Yep.
By the way, I'm going to use my bonus action to move the Hunter's Mark to Harrow. It auto gets to move when the target dies on my next turn.
So you moved it to the woman.
Yeah.
Okay. You definitely know she looks very, very, very out of place. So, but she also doesn't seem to be concerned really. So, that also is a miss, unfortunately.
She's a Minotaur?
That was the ship, right? You were aiming at?
Yeah, but she is a Minotaur, though?
No, she's not.
Some humanoid. You're not sure. From how far away are you? Actually, your vision might be good enough.
And I'm in the crow's nest, too, if it gives any...
Right, that's what I mean. You might be close enough. Let's see. You're only 90 feet, so yeah, make a perception check, and I'll tell you how much more detail you get.
Okay.
That's plenty. You can tell not only that she's female, but she's got. You can see just the tips of her ears are kind of pointed a little bit. So feature-wise, from here you can tell she's probably not pure elven, but she's got some elven blood in her. And you can also you can spot from here that as she was talking with that Minotaur that was lifting the portion of the mast that was there and then dropped it, that her eyes glowed golden as she talked to him, and she had a very menacing face on as she discussed what just happened.
And it looks like they are listening to her, right?
That one, after he dropped the piece of mast, threw his hands up and backed away. The rest of them really aren't paying her a whole lot of attention, but she's also not doing anything threatening or anything that would kind of
She's
draw
wearing
attention.
armor.
She seems to have very finely crafted leather armor on.
Okay. I wonder. So we're 90 feet at sea. I guess this would be tough, but it might. I'm gonna try to yell at her in Elvish because I speak Elvish.
Yeah.
And somebody yell surrender.
Let me look really quick. I'll see.
In Elvish though, to see if she responds.
Yeah. Sure, for sure. I'll look at one thing.
What do they speak?
You see her snap her head up and look in your direction. She looks at the ship, actually. It looks like she's having difficulty kind of pinpointing where it came from. Let me just check where the hell.
And then I would say again, surrender and I'll let you live. In Elvish though, so none of the Minotaurs hopefully understand.
Let me see. Mm-hmm. She says, "Are you talking to me?" So she yells back.
Okay, I'm gonna disguise myself as a generic high elf since she can't really see me. Just from the ones I've seen, not really a specific one. Just gonna have fine clothing on, robes. I would probably be dressed in like a mage style robe, but very fine clothing. I'm gonna disguise myself as an elf. I'm gonna cast water walking. I'm gonna run out on the water, directly in her line of sight, looking at the boat, and then repeat in Elvish, "Yeah, I'm talking to you. Surrender if you want, and I'll let you live." And I say it in Elvish to her.
She says, "I think you're confused. I don't want to be here any more than you do."
What? Get those Minotaurs to lay down their arms, and we can talk about this.
She just kind of shakes her head. If only it were that easy.
Their captain's dead. I'm sure a fine-looking elf such as yourself might be able to convince them.
Tell her to take out the men in the boat.
What would she do?
Yeah, no, I just say their captain's down. They're running around. They don't know what's going on. Take control. Right, say it all in Elvish. And I look like a high elf walking on water.
Right. Right.
Wait! We should send Zetrix! Why don't we have to see if Zetrix can take control? They should listen to him now.
She says, "I am the rightful commander of this ship. I'll be taking command. If anybody's to take command here, I know what to do with men. I know how to command."
What you do?
Probably.
And she says that to me, or does she say that to them? Maybe I'm confused.
I think to them.
Yeah, she just shouted at the boat. After she heard what you said, she kind of pivoted and she shouted at the boat since she heard all the screaming.
And how does the crew react?
Let's see how they react. Matter of fact, They don't seem to pay her any attention at all. A couple of the beast folk that are manning the ballista and the weapons, you can see from your position, kind of give her a sidelong glance. But the Minotaurs almost completely ignore her.
And does she do or say anything else at the time?
Nope. That's all she says.
While that's going on, all right. So while that's going on, let's first see what happens with this last cannonball. Then let's fire that at the ship.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's a miss as well.
My good rolls are all gone.
Splashes down right from the ship. All right, cool.
Well, let me just finish talking to her though, real quick.
Yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
Let me think. I'm in the middle of the water here.
Yeah. How far did you walk out, by the way?
Yeah. So at first, I would just walk where she saw me. You know. So I would say I'll move myself.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be far at first.
Nah,
That's why I may do something else, depending.
Yeah.
I yell back to her. Do they trust you?
In Elven?
In
Or
Elven,
what do you-
yeah, definitely.
Okay. She yells back in Elven. No, I'm not with them. I'm one of their captives as well.
Why do some of them obey your commands?
The power that I wield can't be denied, regardless of my status with them.
So I just kind of said, all right, well then, there's nothing we can do to save them. Help us take them down, and I'll guarantee your safety.
Roll a persuasion check. I'm gonna have it be a resisted roll with her. Let's see.
I'm rolling shitty, and I know I have no persuasion ability. Let's see.
She's pretty damn good at it, so. She says, "No disrespect, but I'll be taking my chances with my own ability. You do what you will, and I'll do what I will."
I just reply then. Aye, well, then I can't guarantee your safety. If you change your mind before that ship goes down and want to help us, you let me know, and then I'll return to the ship.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll end my turn.
Okay. Lelundo, wake up, old man!
Okay, well,
I mean, there's no particular target, so I'll target a weapon, I guess.
Yep, no problem. Which one?
Or a guy using a weapon. I think that might be better.
So their beast folk are the ones that are manning the weapons, just so you know. So, which is fine, but just let you know.
Oh, well, they'd be an easy kill.
They die pretty easy. They've got about, they've got, because you've got some on your own ships that they've got about 20 hit points. So.
Oh, I won't be able to get that. I don't even know what to hit, actually.
Oh shit! I forgot to attack.
Since we don't have any fireballs going, I'm gonna start sending my bat over, which will be there next round.
Okay.
But it won't get an action next round. But it'll just be there next round. And then I'm going to just firebolt a Minotaur, the most damaged one I can see.
Can you reach the most damaged one? He's at the back of the ship. How far can you?
Oh, well, I can go
That's the most
120.
damaged one.
Oh, I
Yep,
can go
we'll see.
yeah, I can reach it.
We'll say you can just reach him. That's perfect. Yep, go ahead.
Alright, I got 22. I'm assuming that probably hits.
Yep, it does. 13. You hit him in the back. He's actually looking at the other ship altogether, and his back ignites on fire, and you see him. He starts flailing, pouting on his back, and he drops to the deck and starts rolling around. You see him.
your mother was a tasty snake.
All right. Cool.
I
On
say
fire.
that in Abyssal too.
You hear just kind of cursing more than anything else at Abyssal.
Yeah.
As you roll about. Anything else you want to do?
Because I have no other actions or bonus actions, I will do nothing else but duck.
You guys did not move the ship, by the way, which would continue to.
I
so
think-
I'm assuming.
I think we'd want, since it's not really moving, we'd want to be in front of it so it, like, can't fire at us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
move
Absolutely.
Is the big ship still listing to the northeast?
Slowly turning that way. Correct. Yep.
So we should almost be directly behind it then by now.
It's just about. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it to. If I can select everything at once instead of having to be stupid like I did last time.
Did anything happen while I was gone?
You died.
Hey Ben, I know you said you worked in the morning. Did you notice it snowed about at least 2 inches just since we started playing?
it. Jeez.
Maybe it did for you. It didn't for us here.
You're in the basement.
Uh,
It can't be 2 inches. There's no way it snowed
I
that
got
way.
it did here at least.
oh my god.
You're farther north than I am.
We had about 2 inches
50
by
miles. Let me see. Yeah, so it's listed about like this now. There we go.
Okay. So from this angle, do Owen and I think that we can only be targeted by the handheld weapons?
You got it. You're pretty confident that that's more than a 45-degree angle for those ballistas.
All right, we'll try to maintain this, but we want to be on the outside edge of their crossbows unless we can get full cover.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
You know that there are a lot of minotaurs and beast folk on deck, but it's pretty much chaos. So
I really don't know what to do.
Shoot arrows at them, man. Just shoot at the
Yeah.
people. Just start taking out the Minotaurs. That's the best we can do until they give up and possibly join our crew. No one's
Right.
charismatic to like convince them otherwise. That's the problem.
Well, no one out of the four of us,
Yeah.
charismatic one's on the boat.
right.
Oh, she's
Oh.
charismatic. Cool.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, she's a beast.
All right, I'll just use crossbows though on minotaurs.
Okay. So I'm assuming you won't probably targeting the one that's rolling around burning on the deck,
Yeah.
since he's the most damaged of any of them. That's a hit.
5.
Nope, not quite. So you pin him to the deck as he's rolling around. Actually, whack! You hit him in the shoulder. It pins through his shoulder to the deck, and he's literally scowling and screaming right there. But he's not.
Here's the second. Nope. Miss.
Hits the hull. Okay.
And then Owen and Xerxes will try to get as much cover as possible on the ship. I don't know if they'll go down. Suppose they could, but they don't want to drown. So we're just trying to focus on maintaining our level, so we're not going to get hit by the major weapons.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. Owen is up. What's he gonna do? Shoot.
Oh, he just took his 2 shots.
Oh, that was his shots. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So up is Zetrix.
yeah.
And he pulls himself up and Owen says, I've got one last trick that I'll try. If this doesn't work, I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to board or wear them down, but I don't know that that'll work. They've got us outnumbered so badly. Let me try this. And he reaches into his robe and he pulls out a very small, almost looking kind of like a mirrored obsidian looking item of some sort. Looks like it's partially maybe carved, maybe forged, hard to tell. And you see him, he takes it and he crushes it in his hand. And then all of a sudden you see his body just start to grow,
Uh-oh.
and he doubles in size, and then he triples in size, and you actually notice that his weight starts to force the bow of the boat down into the water, and he starts to have to shift himself and balance it out, and every time he takes a step, the ship lists in one direction or in the other. He's probably almost 50 feet tall at this point. You see him, he raises his arms above his head and he says, "Enough! I am in charge of the Hellcats, and this is my claim." Which is enough to trigger a morale check for them as well.
Yay.
Yay.
Please miss it.
So he casts. What do he cast on himself? Growth
Growth.
or something?
It seems like an extremely accelerated version of growth, though, one that you haven't seen before. It seems like principle-wise it's the same, but it's a lot bigger than what you normally would see with growth. You also didn't detect him any. You're kind of a long ways away, but you didn't really notice any casting of anything. But you did. Whisper especially noticed that he smashed something in his palm, so you're not sure if it was a
Alright.
item what, but he's huge. So
Huge.
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 Oh, I should have showed you this roll. I'm gonna cut and paste it. Can I do that? I got it. You guys got to see this one, so you know that I'm not full of shit. You see it? There's what it was.
1.
So, a 1 is
They all surrender.
it's all over. They ultimately give up, panic, surrender, or suicide is what happens.
Whoa!
Oh, now I get to roll and see which one of those it is, actually.
Is it the same for all of them, or different per crew member?
I'm not rolling it 1,000 times, so yeah. I'm going to assume that they're. I'm going to roll separately for the Minotaurs and for the Beast Folk, and that's all I'm going to do.
Well, and the elf. Or she's not part of it.
Oh yeah, we can. No, we're not going to roll for the elf.
Yeah, because she's not on their side really.
Yeah, you're not sure whether I'm rolling for her or not, but I'm not. So.
You're not sure, but I'm not.
But I'm not. So we'll say that was for the Minotaurs, and the Beast Folk missed too, but not as bad. So they are. Things aren't going well. Time to find an extra strategy. So that's where they're at. So, So the Minotaurs, you see, they all pull back and kind of look up at Ed Zetrix, and all of them either drop crossbows or whatever they had in their hands, and kind of take a submissive stance. You guys haven't been around Minotaurs all that much, but you know that they lowering their heads and kind of exposing their underside and their belly is kind of their sign of surrender. And the Beast Folk, you can tell, are kind of very unsure as to what to do, but you see a few of them that are start to abandon their posts, and you see them kind of head below deck, and a few of them. Some of them start to cluster together in the center, and you can tell they're all glancing around nervously. And Zetrix says, "Get me to that ship. I need to seal this deal before anything happens."
All right. I'll take my pilot movement and get us there.
Okay.
In 2 rounds.
We don't need the combat
Yep.
music.
Okay. So you take your movement and head that direction.
Earlier.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
But I'm gonna have to go to sleep.
Yeah. It'll be another 5 minutes here, and we'll be good for tonight. So you paddle over that way, and actually since you guys aren't firing on them, I don't know if the other ship's going to, but you guys aren't firing on the back. A couple of the Minotaurs actually kind of clamber down the back of the aft of the ship on the transom, and they yank out the ballista bolt, and gives them a little bit of control back to the ship. So they actually spin the wheel, which causes the ship to kind of come broadside to you guys, so it's a little easier for you to get there. So you pull up next to him. You get within just another 5 feet from where you are, heading towards the ship, and Zetrix takes 1 foot and takes a big step across the ship. The bow of your ship actually sinks enough to start to go into the water and take on water until you scream. You yell at the top of your lungs, which doesn't do anything, and then Owen says, "Get off the ship!" And Zetrix quickly pulls his back foot up just in time as the ship bobs back up, and the entire crew, you guys are all drenched and tons of wave. His weight is enough to even rock that big ship as he steps onto the deck. And the ship kind of settles, and he kind of straddles the ship, 1 foot up at the bow, 1 at the aft, because he's huge. I mean, if I'm going to draw just for the hell of it, so you guys get an idea of how big he is. He's 50 feet, so he probably takes up this much of the boat. So
what? Oh my god! What the hell?
So he's got 1 foot on the front, 1 foot on the back. And you see he's kind of standing there, kind of straddling, trying to keep the boats kind of steady as you guys do that. So you guys are obviously steering the boat up in that direction. And you see him kind of, as he gets onto the boat, he takes a knee and goes down and starts kind of looking at all of the Minotaurs. You can see he's making eye contact with all of them. And you're hearing he's talking in Abysmal. You can tell he's trying to almost whisper, but it's still pretty loud. Alundo, you hear what he's saying from that distance. Let's see, how far are you? How much would you hear?
My bat's over there. I'll listen to my bat.
Oh, good, perfect. That works great. So you hear him say in kind of a low rumbling whisper, "Yeah, it's all over. We need to rebuild, and I shall command. Is there anyone here who has a problem with that?" As he looks at each one of the Minotaurs in turn. I'm going to just roll and see if anybody's stupid. One of the Minotaurs steps up and says, "I claim command." And let's just see.
When he claims command, I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at him.
Okay. Yeah, you go to shoot a firebolt, and you pull up. It doesn't really matter what order we do this in. You can shoot a firebolt if you want, and we'll just see if you hit him.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit him for 11. So you hit him. Fire hits him on the side of his chest, burns across, and he looks back in your direction. And as that happens, you see Zetrix reach down with the back of his hand and just boom! He smacks him and he goes flying off the side of the ship. Topples off into the water, about 20 foot away from the boat. He says, "Anyone else?" And you see all the rest of them kind of pull back and cower it on themselves. It says, "Now we have work to do. We are to leave them be. They are considered friends of the Hellcats from now on. The harpy, if you see that golden harpy, you leave it be."
Can I see the elf at all from where she's at?
Let me see. I know what she would do. You can roll a perception check really quick, and let's see. One thing here. You don't see her. She was there 1 minute, and now she's not, which is kind of weird, but, you know.
Alundo, can you message a target you can't see?
What? Or can I what?
Can you send a message? Yell this real loud like he's deaf now. You
yes.
send a
Slow
message
and loud,
to
yeah.
someone you can't see.
Well, yes, if they're there.
I'll send a message to someone.
Okay. So
How do you identify them if you don't know their name or anything else? You don't know where they are. How do you?
Let me see what it says. As long as you know they're there somewhere. Point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only a target hears the message and can reply in a whisper. You can
So you don't
through.
you don't see her, so I don't know where. Actually, go ahead and roll a perception check. We'll see if you see her.
If you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier, magic silence, foot, blah blah blah. It doesn't have to fall. Pretty much, if I know they're there, I can just do it and it'll like find it. It like the message goes and finds them.
Okay.
It seems like, but you know, I can do perception. I can do Arcana if you want.
Yeah, whichever. Doesn't matter.
What
see her
works
either.
for you? Because they're different.
I would say to be able to identify if the target's even there, because you knew that
Probably
there was a woman
perception.
there, but you don't know where she is, if after the shift, rear of the shift, where she is. So just do perception.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, message doesn't work that way. Like you don't have to know where they're at, but
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna worry
it just goes to them.
about it. Okay, that's fine.
So I tell him in Elvish what to say, so he obviously doesn't understand it.
I understand Elvish.
He speaks
Okay.
Elvish.
I didn't say that to you.
Oh,
All right, so I tell him to tell her to join us now. It might be your last chance.
Right. I'll tell her.
we probably should leave it there so you know they can
Yeah.
answer back.
Exactly. I don't want to answer that for her. Yeah, exactly. I think I know what she would do, but that'll draw it out for a bit
Well,
longer.
if she's a slave, she's probably gonna be a slave again. You think she's gonna get the fuck off that boat? But hey, can I roll history just from what I saw? Did she have a collar on?
You can roll and see if you remember seeing a collar. Sure.
Oh,
Did
so-
I when I rolled the first time?
What's that?
Did I when I rolled the first time? I got a 24, I think.
You do not recall seeing a collar.
All right.
So I guess it doesn't matter what I roll anyway.
Sure it does. You don't remember a collar either.
I don't even know if I don't remember seeing her.
You don't remember what a collar is. I'm just kidding.
What is it? I haven't worn it in so
Well,
long.
that's good. But that's just interesting to think about. So she's acting like she's a slave, but she's not under their control.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what
That's
we know, it's interesting.
what you know. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh,
All right,
and we need to
Night, Mark. It was fun. Night, Mark.
get some beast folk.
I'll see you guys later.
Oh, shit.
See you later.
Bye. We're gonna need to do a trade with them and get some beast folk so we can make up some crew.
Yeah, we'll have to see how decent of a person Zetrix really is now that he has his ship.
Oh, I think
Uh,
he probably will.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he probably let the elf girl go willingly. Like, I don't think we have to sneak her off. I was debating that. He might. It all depends on how he reacts. He might let her go willingly.
You get the impression that he's a lot more of a businessman than what Boda was. Boda seemed a lot more of a, emotional, I'm in charge and you're going to listen to me because I'm cool kind of a thing, rather than Zetrix seems like he's more of a, if he can make a profit, he's
Yeah.
going to do.
I mean, I'm wondering if he's really
Bodo was
gonna,
an emotional dipstick.
Yeah. He was kind of a douche.
I'm wondering if when he loses his size, if he's really going to maintain control too. But hopefully, we'll be far away from here by the time that happens. I don't know how long this spell lasts, but
Who knows? It's only been about 12 seconds since he did that, so
yeah. My guess is a spell that powerful is not going to last that long, and then we'll have to see how all these minotaurs act afterwards.
True. That's right. You never know. They do know he's a powerful wizard, though. They definitely, and they did see him kill Torvek. So
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, his wizard skills might be good enough just when he's regular size, but he seems like he's pretty beat up too.
Oh yeah, he's not doing well. There's no doubt about that.
Did his wounds go away when he got bigger?
You did not notice. You could check and roll if you want to see if you can detect
I
that.
mean, it
He was-
doesn't really affect the story, but I'm
it's not
curious.
that hard to tell because he's gigantic and he had a gigantic arrow wound in his back. So unless you totally botch this roll, you'll be able to tell.
Wait, we roll perception.
Yeah.
That's not a
I
botch.
Yeah, you know that you're pretty sure that every single one of his wounds are still there.
Did I get anything? Man, that role was pretty awesome. Should I ask some other questions now? I'm just
No
kidding.
shit.
No, I'm really just messing around. That was fun. It was a good night. I'm glad we stopped early. And I looked, and you got 1.6 inches so far.
That's what she said.
That's what the girl on the weather says. That is what she said. She was pretty hot too.
Would you boner? Wait, maybe
Yeah, I would.
maybe we should stop this recording. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that
Well,
before we
whatever.
get talking into some.
Whatever.
We just need to edit
Bye
all of
guys,
me
thanks
out.
for watching.